Alright, while Dave's over here banging away at a Cadillac, I'm gonna bang out this Hummer H1 over here. This is a 1997 AM General Humvee. It's got the Detroit 6.5 liter. It's an actual Humvee, not an H2 or an H3 or an electric Humvee. This is a real one, like made out of actual metals. That's aluminum. A lot of GM stuff on this unit. The customer brought it to us because he just bought it and it doesn't go over 15 miles per hour. It's got a massive fuel starvation problem. Now, off camera, I had checked out the fuel filter assembly. It's got a filter inside of an aluminum canister. We pulled the filter out, checked that, cleaned it out, found out that was not the restriction. We had found some leaks in a couple fuel lines, buttoned those up, and found out those were not the issue either. I speculated that perhaps it was leaking fuel out of a line. That means it could have been sucking air through the same line. Turns out that wasn't the issue either. Now, I was convinced it was a fuel starvation issue, so I pulled the fuel tank out of it, which was a major bear. We had to pull the drive shaft out, all kinds of other stuff had to come out of the way, some bracketry, some, what else we got here? Some support beams and whatnot, all kinds of components, heat shields, fuel lines, etc., just to dig this tank out. And look what we found inside of the fuel tank. It's a whole bunch of nasty in there. You guys see down inside past all that diesel? There's just debris all over the bottom of the tank. I had removed the sending unit thing, little plate up here, and inside of the plate we found a whole bunch of rust everywhere. This is the actual sender for the level sensor. Found a bunch of rust, and the pickup sock on the end of this thing was just shrunken in and collapsed and full of disgusting, nasty debris. So at that point, I was pretty convinced that our fuel starvation problem was beginning at the source. Here we go. Here's our pickup sock right here. This guy is supposed to sit right on here like so, and that's our first stage of straining of our fuel before it makes its way up to the filter. We can see this thing is covered in rust. I stuck an air line inside of here and tried to blow air from the inside of the sock outwards, and this thing is completely just clogged up with debris. I think most of it's just rust or whatever. Now, when I first started to try to find parts for this thing, I was remarkably discouraged. I figured it was going to be impossible. I found myself on eBay looking for used fuel tanks, just hoping to get another sending unit that was in good condition. I had no idea that new production replacement components were so widely available. Now, my customer had contacted several people trying to find a hold of the components for this thing, and at the end of the day we found a company called Midwest Military Equipment. So special shout out to Thomas and Tyler for hooking us up. Cool story on this one. The previous owner, my customer is now the current owner. The previous owner was busy restoring this thing, and he was dealing with Thomas and Tyler, and they had seen my original video when I brought this thing in as I showcased the 4-post lift in here, and they said they were going, hey, that's my dash, and hey, that's mine, and that piece is mine, and that piece is mine. So they've already sold the customer who previously owned this truck a boatload of replacement and restoration parts on it. And now my guy bought the truck, brought it over to me, and now we're getting some more parts from the same folks. So I appreciate you guys for being there for us, because I was having a hard time looking for parts. Like I said, I was hopping on eBay, Rock Auto, you know, you name it. Couldn't find anything on Amazon, but I was looking everywhere. So anyway, what we have to do in today's video is I'm going to try to get this thing running again. I need to get all this nasty fuel out of here. We're going to clean out all that rust and debris and nonsense, get rid of this rusted metal component, and then we're going to swap everything out with some new stuff over here in the box. This little plate is going away. We also have to replace the filler neck on the side of the body, because that was the original point of failure on this truck. Let me pull the cap off right quick and I'll show you guys what we're dealing with in here. Look at that right there. See all that nasty rust buildup all over the surface here? Over the years, that has been migrating down into the tank and causing a self-destruct chain of events on this vehicle's fuel system. So fingers crossed, we're hoping that the injection pump on the engine and the injectors did not eat up any of this rust, because if we did, this is going to turn into a real tobacco real quick. So anyway, I've got a lot to do. We're going to start today with making sure I have all the components that we need. We've got an updated sending unit. That's going to get rid of this steel unit right here. So the sending unit's going to be replaced. We have a new plate somewhere down under here, I believe. Yeah, that's our new plate assembly right there. Got a gasket. We've got a check valve. We've got some fittings that go to the side of the tank over yonder. We've got a new fuel cap right here because the other one's Crustomatic. That's the box that the pickup sock came in. Got a new piece of rubber for the filler neck. Got a new strainer for inside of the filler neck. There's our pickup sock at number 2. Looks like I've got 2 of them in case I break one, which is good. Got a gasket or an O-ring of some sort, a bunch of other O-rings, and a new koozie, naturally. So I think I've got what I need to put this thing back together and get her back out on the road. So what we're going to do, get rid of that, we're going to fire up this diesel transfer pump down here. It's a 12-volt diesel pump. We're going to pump out all this nasty fuel, get rid of it, then go in there, wipe this thing out, and then make some moves towards reassembly. So stay tuned because this right here is going to be a fantastic Hummer H1 repair video. Happening Z hood. Okay, so I think first things first, we've got to get this piece of metallic, whatever this is, out of the tank. This guy is rusted out and is going to continue to deposit debris into the tank at its leisure, and can't have that. Yeah, look at that, that's bad. Real quick, I'm getting this plate up here assembled. Got the sending unit, the level sending unit, and I'm just gonna bolt this guy down right quick just to get rid of some of the parts in the box. Very nice. That's pretty. Yep, bolts right on. We've got some fittings right here. These fittings, just like on the old one, pass through the top and they thread into the plate. Next one. This one goes down here. There we go. Now, we count 3 tubes, 4 holes. I had to steal this tube from the other sender, so we're gonna restore this one on the bench grinder real quick. I guess they didn't send me the 4th one. Maybe it's not available or whatever, but I can still use this one. The copper's in good condition. That's the piece of the rusted section that I took off. And if we look down inside, let's find some illuminators. If we look down inside, you can see the inside of that pipe's fairly clean in there. So there's no piles of debris in there. So we'll flush it out with some brake clean after we give it the bench grinder restoration treatment. Fire this unit up. Powering on. Knock off all that nasty business on there. Engaging safety squints. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna blow this out with some brake clean and some compressed air. We'll get the thing put back on. Let's see, I choose this particular can for today's events. This exact particular can. This will be my sacrificial cleaner. There it comes. All right. clean. Grab the blower gun. Good to go. I accept this. I'm hitting a hammer with a hammer. Tapping this down onto the shaft. See that right there? Since we got it dirty, now it's clean. Voila! One fully reassembled Humvee H1 fuel tank cap assembly. Now, on the other unit, all these little guys were kind of all bent over, pointed towards like the center. I don't know why, but just for the sake of whatever that was, I'm just gonna bend those back over. I don't know why they go over there, but that's where they were, so that's where I'm gonna put them. Beautiful. Okay, now back to where we started. Let's clean that tank out. Okay, business end of the hose is going in. That's the part we're gonna drive. And then we've got a drain bucket with some weights on the end of the discharge hose so it doesn't fly everywhere. We got a hammer and some kind of a spacer type of deal here. We're hooked up to 12-volt power. So let's fire up the pump. Whoa, yeah, that thing's got some speed to it. This might take a while. What a cool sound it makes. I can't even get over myself. It's not supposed to be this much fun. Yeah, that's a good pump. Let's see if it'll vacuum all the debris out of the bottom. Like a fish tank. Ooh, thing's got some suction to it. Did I just pull that baffle out of the tank? Hey Dave, look at this, man. Look what I made. I made a mess. I'm waiting for it to level to go down so I can suction some more out of it. There we go. Almost there. What a shame to waste all that good diesel. Yeah, look at how much nasty is in the bottom of this tank. That's disgusting. Look, a fastener. I think that's about it. Now is the end. Okay, let's give it a lean. Run all that stuff down to this bottom quarter here. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh no, we're overflowing. Oh no. Well, we did a flush on the oil tank, I guess, then. I guess I overestimated how much fuel was in there. Whoopsie. Well, we got it all out anyway, most of it. I'm gonna clean this mess up, we'll get back at it. Thanks, Justin, appreciate you, bro. Here, let's take a quick intermission from the truck. We're over here at the waste oil tank. We're gonna empty out this this volcanic potential explosion over here. Let's get that guy down in the hole there. put some air to it, open that valve back up, and it's gonna pump out all my waste fluid. There we go. That valve has to remain closed, because if it's not, the pressure in the tank will turn this into a volcano and it'll fly everywhere. Let's just crack this open. I think we're flowing. All right. Put that back in there. Come back to this in a moment. Nasty. Okay, we're about down to here on the level. See that? Almost empty. Give this a wipe down too. That way we're not dripping all over the floor. There we go. Oh, I hear it gurgling. We're done. Just give it a lean back. Okay. Pressure has been removed. Drain the rest of that back into the tank. Okay, good to go. Let's get back at it. The intermission is now over. All right, now that we have arrested the Exxon Valdez crisis, I moved on a little bit. We cleaned out the tank as much as possible. I realize it doesn't look perfect. All that stuff down there is not coming out. All this doesn't come out. This is all nice and stained. It's been garden hosed, blowed out, shop vac, wiped down with towels, so I cannot get any more cleanliness out of the inside of this tank. So it is what it is. So now we're gonna put our bottom plate back in. We have O-rings around the studs. See those O-rings? That's to create the seal between the plate and the tank. And let's try it this way. We just need to slip these guys up through the holes here and pull it into position. Kind of a tight squeeze a little bit. I was gonna say tight fit and tight squeeze at the same time. It came out wrong. A tight squeeze. It's a squeeze. There we go. Okay, so that is now through. Let's grab our pickup plate, and the lines face this direction. Just bear with me here. Oh, we need a gasket. There it is. Oh yeah, that baffle over there. Somebody has tried to remelt that baffle to get stuck on the bottom of the tank. Somewhat unsuccessfully. Their melting efforts are in vain because the thing came back off. So, we'll figure out how this works too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it down into the tank. Shapes and colors, Ray. I'm gonna set it down in position, and it's just kind of gonna have to be flippy floppy. There's nothing I can do to secure that to the tank. But the strainer and all of these tubes right here will keep it from going anywhere. So I think it'll be fine. Its only purpose here is to keep fuel from sloshing around and letting that pickup become dry. So let me spray this thing out next. We'll put that back down where it's supposed to be, and then we can move on. So I believe the plastic is simply fatigued and becoming brittle. Yeah, there's holes in it. Thousands of them. Well, maybe not thousands, but there's enough. By the way, if anybody would like some brake clean, please feel free to check out my merch shelf down below this video, or at RainmanRaysRepairs.com, or at RainmanAuto.com, where you can find my my online store and I can retail you guys some of this Tentco brake clean. It's the best of the best, US made from Michigan. We sell it by the case, 50 state compliant. This one's empty. Good thing I buy it by the case too, because I need another. I'm not kidding about that brake clean. You guys scooped up that that first 2 pallets that I bought like on the first day. Had to order 2 more pallets, which I find to be fantastic. I'm glad I could provide a valuable community service to the automotive community. Probably said community too many times. Best price on the internet. I think that will be sufficient for our purposes. Yeah, you see how the plastic's breaking away? It broke away through here. Scooped up some of my towel. And I'm not going to make an attempt to repair this the same way others have attempted to repair it. So this is just going to have to go in there all willy-nilly like. I don't like it, but that's how it's got to be. Total fuel tank replacement may have been preferable here, but the tanks are like 2,500 bucks. Yeah, but that's gonna go like right there. She's just gonna hang out. Okay, so now let's fetch our plate. This is the passenger side, this is driver's side, fuel line side is over here. So we drop this bad boy down right like so. Slip it over the studs. Ready to rock and roll. Let's get the fasteners fastened, and then we'll run the truck back up in the air and get this thing installed. So the real question will be, how many of these fasteners have become lost over the past couple of days? Da, 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 da. Gonna get a copyright strike, so I have to sing along. That way it's my own interpretation. The law can be kinda dumb, but I understand why they do it. Da, 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 da. Okay, I'm missing some washers here. I have all the nuts. I'm just shy 3 washers. That looks like fun to... It must point that way more. One, 2, 3 more washers. All right. Looks like we're getting new ones. How about this one and this one, and I choose this one right here. Oh, perfect. They fit. And last one. Right there. Click. So as for this fitting here, let's just go ahead and rotate that ever so slightly a bit so it can clear that bolt, stud, nut, whatever. There we go, straight line. Straight line, straight line, straight line. Good to go. Okay, Humvee, let's run her up in the air here. Get our tank back in position. Moving on up. I love this rack. We ordered the alignment machine the other day. That's the computerized laser wheel alignment measuring device that sits in front of this machine right here. So that should be installed probably in the next couple of weeks. It is, it's en route, it's in transit, it's on the way, which is fantastic. Oh, I made a video when I kind of debuted this rack right here, and folks were asking why the locks are not in sync. We've got these locks on each corner here. Ding, there's one. And you can hear that they're clicking out of sync. That's just the way that it is. I've never seen one of these in my life where all 4 of the locks were synced exactly. The sync that I have on these ones right now is actually pretty good. They're all within a couple seconds of each other. And when you go down on the locks, they all engage simultaneously pretty much. So that's all 4 locks set up, so no worries on the sync. All right, let's get this tank squeezed down under here a little bit. Tight squeeze, but we got her. The lift will go up some more, but I don't think I need it any higher here. Got this thing back this way. Okay, now that's our fuel tank cavity area. Got some electrical wires, got some vent tubes. I took the filler neck out already. That's over there. There it is, there's filler neck. So we're gonna get this tank up in position, get her mounted in, and then once that's mounted up, we'll let the rack back down and go ahead and get the neck reinstalled. Sound like a plan? I think it does. Really can pump it up. Run this thing all the way up. I'll probably have to let the rack down slightly once I get some altitude going here. Okay, I think that's about good. Got decent clearances here. Let's go and set this thing down on the lock. I was letting the rack down while running the jack up. Okay, we're on the locks. Good to go. Okay. Huh. Yeah, like I said, real tight squeeze in here. See that? There. Strap. That goes there. This strap, I lost it. All right, so I'm on top of the tank here. I've got some wires connected for the sending unit. Then we've got this vent hose here. Now, this is hard plastic, just like generic airline. On a side note, I found that missing washer because that goes over the washer. Same thing with this one and that little guy right there. Those are supposed to go in place where those washers were missing. Anyway, I need to get this piece of rubber line slipped over this, so it won't go because it's hardened plastic. So we're gonna give it some heat gun action here, soften it up a little bit, as if it wasn't hot enough under this truck. We're gonna put a little bit of heat on it, get that plastic nice and squishy. Slide all this together here. Gonna work. Slide that right over. There we go. Beautiful. You guys see that? That's mostly semi-permanent. That's not gonna come off unless you cut it. A little bit of heat goes a long way. I'll tell you what. Hey, darling.
Hey.
What are you doing back there? Larrikin. What you need?
Just hanging out.
Yeah? You wanna come hang out with us? Come down here.
Yeah.
You can come in. Come on in there, babe. You're just hanging out, huh?
Yep.
Oh, so I'm not working you hard enough then, is that it?
No, I've been taking a 5-minute break.
Good, you've earned it. Definitely earned it. You need me to hang up my camera for a second?
Yes, I have a few things to discuss.
All right, hang on, fellas. We got some adult things to discuss here. Give me a second. We're gonna put this back on, which puts me at a good stopping point. Then we'll take an intermission. That'll give you guys a chance to like and comment on this video. There we go, clickages. All right, I'll see you guys in a second. I'm gonna go talk to the wife unit over here. Okay, we're getting some vent lines attached right here. I figure I'd do it while the tank is, excuse me, I choked on my own spit. Do this while the tank is sitting low, because it's harder to do while everything's up top. So while we're hanging out down here, we're gonna get everything bolted onto this. There's a click. And this guy right here, that's that 13 over yonder. It's actually a 12, but I'll use a 13 because it's fine. Put that one on there. Okay, These are going to need some slight flexing in the downward position. I had to flex them up to clear everything to get it to come apart earlier. We're going to go right about like so. Now these were capped off. You gonna see that? These two were capped off, so I'm not sure what they're supposed to be for, but we're just gonna put them back where I found them and leave them there. I was inclined to block these off and not use them, but they're with it, so we're gonna keep it that way. Okay, there's a insert in the plastic tank. It's molded into the side of the tank, and it's gonna accept this bolt right here. That bolt is going to hang on to these two lines and this little plate heat shield business here. Let's get that guy threaded up. There we go, like so. Wrong size socket. Ding! That's a self-evacuating wrench, so I don't leave it on top of the tank. Alright, the suction line is in there. I had to do some changing to this angle here. We talked about that earlier. And it barely cleared this fitting right here, but I got it. There we go, there we go, there we go. We're getting there now. Let's get this guy tight. Oh, hit you guys in the face. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah, oh. Yeah, she doing it right now. I'm over here interjecting myself in conversations I have nothing to do with. It's awesome. Okay, let's run her up. In the new world. That goes through here. Very nice. Okay, we're clearing the filler neck on this side. We're clearing the pinion back here. We cleared the transfer case and the fuel lines there and the frame here. So it's almost in position. Almost. I know it's dark in here. I'm trying to do some things. I need to get the filler neck up and over the frame. Let's go up a little higher. Yeah, I think that's about it. Okay. Yeah, it's a little shadowy. Let's just push that filler neck thing up. Okay, I've got one of the tank strap bolts kind of set up here. Let's get this tight. It's going to hold the tank to the frame, one in the front and one in the back. That'll do her. Give it a miss. So now, I already got the one in the back when you guys weren't looking. Go ahead and let that unit down. So the tank is in position. We've got those vent lines attached. Also, I did that when you guys weren't looking. It's attached right there. And then the final place that it attaches is right up there at the filler neck at the end of that guy. So there is a vent hose that goes in. The neck is in position. You see it sticking out right there, or the rubber piece for the neck rather. So now we just got to get the neck installed in the drive shaft, and we can fill this thing full of some fuel and then take it for a ride. All right, let's get this drive shaft business kind of maneuvered in here. We got to bring it in through this hole. How did I do this the first time? Wiggle that up in there. Huh. That's weird, but okay. Just gonna make it fit. It's weird. Yeah, it's getting caught up on that heat shield business there. There she goes. That's going in. There. Got it. And then around here behind us, we'll slip it into, can't see nothing up there. Can't see nothing. Fantastic English speaking skills. I ain't see nothing. Didn't do nothing. There it is. Beautiful. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. Getting tired. I'm like really busting some tail to get this thing done. I got a dually. There's a dually Duramax that needs to come in, and I only got one day with it. But yeah, let's get these straps on. We'll let this thing down halfway, throw that filler neck on it. Justin ran off to the fuel service station to get us some petrol. And when he gets back, we'll get this bad boy refueled. Come on there, strap. It's a tight squeeze in there, guys. Real tight. There we go. Next. Clicks. Okay, number 3. Come on. There we go. Last one. You can't see, there's too much light pollution going down right here. Okay, drive shafts on. Cool beans. Yeah, you guys will have to pardon the semi-darkness on this side of the shop over here. There's not much light on this this back wall. But we're pulling out the new filler neck. We can see it's rust-free, and it comes with a little strainer business in there. It's also some kind of a seal gasket down inside of it. So that guy sits right down in there like so. We need to transfer over one of the fittings off the old filler neck, and probably need to transfer over this little clamp thing right here too. See that guy? Put that over here. Okay. I have no more use for this. Oh, that's great. I say I have no more use for this as I chuck it down on the floor and forget to take off the fitting that I had to transfer over. Yeah, definitely on fire today on this fun Monday. So let's get this guy threaded back in. There's a little insert that goes inside of it. That is there so the plastic line can meet the fitting and create a seal. So we're just gonna wrench this guy down all the way. Another half a turn should do it. So now we take this guy, stick that down in the hole here. Pretty tight fit. We might have to tap it in with a linear impact driver of sorts. Yep. There's one. Make it straight. Tink-a-tink, tink, 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 tinky-tink. There we go, got it, that's in. Okay, off to the vehicle. So it was pretty dark in that wheel well, so I threw some light in there. Right back there is the rubber going to the tank. So we need to get this filler neck inside of that piece of rubber. Tough to do, but we'll get it. There we go. And then this is going to bolt on a little loop deal. It's going to bolt on right here to this little bracket to hang on to it. See how we're doing that? That's going to go there. So then we take this guy, slide that up top, and then we have to bolt the neck to this little assembly right here. Slide that in like that. Goes up and over. Let's give this a Bit of a tug here. Need more space to get the ball to slip into that little socket business up there. Get that guy threaded on. There we go. Nice. Okay, a couple more turns here with the 21. We'll get this fitting tight. A little bit more clickage on the fitting. Good. Okay, looking right a little bit. Let's start feeding the fasteners through this outer section of the neck here. Go through the hole. This is rubber, they don't want to go in. Look at that. Yeah. Gotta thread them in. Go through the hole right there. And then a nut on the back side. Everything on this truck has nuts. It's all bolts and nuts. No threads. All right, reaching up. I'm gonna try to get that next bolt through. There's only 3 of them to secure this guy to the little dealio here. Justin's out with the lawnmower moving cars. That's the ring, ring, ring that you're hearing. That's the repurposed lawnmower. Okay. Okay, third one. Right, that one's through. Let's get our nuts. I think I got them over here chilling on the floor. There's one, and the other is hiding. There it is. Throw some washers on there too. I realized there was one of them that I did not put a washer on. I'll go back and do that again. Here we go. Okay, reaching around in here. One of the lights died. Alright, that one's on. Let's get the one down next to us here. What was that? Oh my god. That was a flashlight that fell out of the truck. That was scary. This one I need to redo. I need to put a bigger washer on the other side. It was pulling through the rubber or whatever. And I love this job. I'll do it 6 or 7 times. What's up, Dave?
Yeah, there's two slow shift codes.
2 slow shift codes. Can you pull that up on all data and just kind of pull up the definitions on it?
Yeah.
And then come fetch me. I'll go read what it says, and then we'll kind of make a decision from there. Got a Buick with a sloppy shift. It's got 50,000 miles on it. Original fluid. It's like a 2002. Yeah, I'm trying to put this bolt through. I can't. What is the problem? There. Good. Okie doke. So, drop in stuff. There's that flashlight that fell. Now all I just need to do is secure my flashlight to the aluminum body with a magnet. There. Stay. I just need to secure that little bracket thing right there, and I think we're good on this side. We can throw some fuel in it. We're reaching the end. Conclusion is near. Click. Okay, that guy's on. The last thing that needs tight is going to be the little clamp back there that goes on the filler neck hose way back yonder. We'll reach back in there super carefully like. Clamp clickages. Beautimous. All right. Let's get all my stuff out of here. Flashlights and illuminators and tools and whatnot. let this thing down and get our filler cap connected. There's a provision inside of the neck to connect this little guy right here. We got to do that as well. Stay there. Off the locks again. Release. Coming down. All the way down this time. What a wonderful whistle. And contact achieved. Nice. Okay, let's figure out this little hook business down here. So this guy, yeah, we're not gonna see much, I can tell you that. Any light source that I've brought with me, I'm over here blocking it with me and myself and I. Slide that thing over. That spring is no joke. It's a very very powerful spring. The lawnmower is off. There we go. Now I'm going to flip it around so I can manipulate it a little easier. There we go, like that. Flashlight gravity. It'll get you every time. Got it. Okay. So now this just kind of sits down in there, I think. My strainer thing fell out. What'd I do with it? Stick that back in there. Perfect, that works. Okay, let's refill this. I got 6 gallons of diesel sitting over there around the corner. Uh-oh, I missed one. Yeah, 6 gallons of diesel. Throw 6 gallons in it. I missed 2. I missed all these. There. Okay, back on schedule. Time for some fuel. Okay, so now the last problem is that it ain't got no gas in it. Dump this business in here and let's go fire it up. So this thing is taking forever to fill, so I had to drill a hole in it to let some air vent in so I could fill the thing. Due to the environmentally friendly concerns about fuel cans these days, they took away the vent holes on them. So now the thing glugs and glugs and glugs. So what you end up doing is you get tired of holding your can, so you start leaning on it. Then it starts to break the spout off, and then you start leaking fuel everywhere. So the device that was created to prevent fuel leakages inadvertently causes fuel leakages. Must be a government operation for sure. So anyway, we got about 6 gallons of diesel in there. Let's go around, hit the key, try to fire this thing up. All right, el momento of truth. Now, here's how this is gonna go. This thing is going to probably crank and then fire up. It's gonna run for a couple seconds and then it's probably gonna shut off. And then I have to crank it and I have to purge a bunch of air out of it at the fuel filter. And then after that, it should run permanently. Beginning engine starting sequence. All right, it's on. It's gonna run and then die in a second. It's running on just the fuel that is inside of the fuel filter canister right now. It's not running on anything else. Pull this stuff out. It might make a liar out of me and stay running though. I would be impressed. 6.5 Detroit. Yeah, there's our fuel filter assembly right there. This is the purge valve. It seems to be purging. All right. I think it's going to make a liar out of me. take that. Yep, looking good. All right, it's been about 20 minutes. This thing's still sitting here not dying, so I guess it made a liar out of me. The last thing on the list of things to do here is to go out and make sure it's got full power. And I think we can call it good. So we're gonna back her out, take her up over the bridge. If we have full power, then we've got a finalized win. And if this thing decides that it runs out of horsepower, then unfortunately, I believe the injection pump would have suffered damage. My theory was there was a restriction in the pickup in the tank, and that was causing the problem. I don't think I have a horn here. If I do, I don't know which one it is, so not gonna worry about it. All right, let's go ahead and reverse her out of here. Okay. Humvee backing out. Beep, beep, honks for safety. Yeah, this thing's like driving around inside of a warehouse. Not even just a building. It's huge. It's so wide. Okay, we're off. It's so loud. Okay, well, it had power. Right hand turn. Okay, let's give it some full throttle up and over the bridge. And if it maintains full power during that acceleration climbing event, then I'm convinced we're good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it just did it. All right, here we go. Yeah, we have a problem. It does not have the oomph that I need. Uh-oh. Yeah, we should be rocking and rolling right now, and it's not. Bad. Yeah, we're limping back. It barely gets out of its own way. And it's the idle's oscillating now. I think it's gonna stall. Yeah, all right. So I think we need an injection pump. Oh no. I'm gonna call the guys at the parts store that know everything about everything on these and see what they think, but we're barely making it back. Uh-oh, car wreck. Yeah, right over there. Yeah, see, it's not going anywhere. Man. I'm sad. Thought we had a winner. All right, let's get this thing back to the shop before it dies, which we're close. I think we're gonna make it. It's not gonna go. I'm holding up traffic. Come on, there we go, there's some power. Come on, come on, come on. You can do it. I'm like standing on the accelerator pedal. Okay, I feathered the pedal and it shifted. If I can catch catch this green, we'll roll right through. I don't want to stop. Yeah, here we go. It's the fastest turn ever done in a Humvee. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We got like a quarter mile left to go. Chugging along. Yeah, I let off the throttle, it'll shift. It won't shift at full throttle because it's trying to downshift. Okay, I think we're gonna like actually make it back. Yeah, we're gonna make it back, which is good. Oi, okay. Fail. Let's see what it does after a restart. And then power is fine. Well, time to park it. Back to the drawing board on this one. This is a fail. I mean, it's not really a fail, but it's a fail because it's not right yet. Parking's the auto. How do we put those windows up? Pull handle thing. Oh yeah, she's running like dirt. Come on, window. Must be military grade. There we go. All right, shut it down before it blows up. Powering off. Pew. Okay, guys. Well, that's one of my best successful failures yet, I suppose. A little disappointing. Not really unexpected. I was concerned about this, but it is what it is. So, like I said, back to the drawing board on this one. I've got a few other things to finger out on this, and then once that's all good to go, I guess I'll make another video about it. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video of this fuel tank installation and cleaning out procedure on this H1 Humvee. Let me know what you think about this thing in the comment section down below. One more time, do not forget to engage that like button while you're down there, and most importantly, go down to my merch store down below and get yourself a case of Brake Clean on sale today. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. End of video, end of day, end of Hummer failed experiment, end of transmission.